Sport Talk, Quake and the Cowboy on a Friday drive home from work on the Talk Monster. And Kip Henley joins us, of course, PGA Tour Caddy, Chattanooga native, and Caddy to the stars is what I like to say.
PC, the People's Caddy.
The People's Caddy, that's right. There you go. Kip, great to be here. I'm glad you could get that boat cranked up and get it ready for the summer, because that boat all the way from
We're never
East
playing
River.
golf here again, are we?
I don't think so, man. I've seen pictures of Creeks Bend and some of the other places that typically flood, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I live by concrete. It's a lake. I'm Concord. Concrete. Sorry, boys.
Sorry, boys. So L2 Can, everything's good on that now.
Oh, yeah.
The caddy,
made it right.
The fraternity rose up and made it right, even though it really wasn't right? I mean, normally.
No, it was awful. I think he got caught. And I don't know. I hate to say anything too, because I got to work with those guys, but I don't think he was sorry. He was sorry he got caught.
Well, sure. I mean, I think that is obvious.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, what was it? Here's $50,000.
Yeah. Then he overpaid him. Then he could have, if he'd have wrote him a check for 30 when he left out of there, it would have never made the news. But 5, that was bad. Yeah, it was an insult.
So talk about Austin Cook. You guys started the season a couple weeks ago, and was that at?
Our first week out was Phoenix.
Phoenix, that's right.
And he hadn't played any golf. He's been staying at home raising his baby. He had a brand new baby, so no golf whatsoever. So we went to Phoenix and tried to knock as much rust off as we could really fast, and missed that cut. And then went to Pebble and he played a little better. He's just
the first day he was playing great, right?
Yeah, he played good at Pebble the first day, and he's just kind of just rusty. His game's really good, but just throwing away shots here and there, little bitty things. And he made money. It was a perfect scenario, really, because it rained all week. Bag was heavy as the dickens.
I'll bet.
Oh my gosh! And then on Saturday, it's a 3-round cut there: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then he cut and played the last round on Sunday. Well, he was shooting 1 under, and it looked like the cut might be 2 under, I think it was, and we finished on 9. He had hit 3-wood into 9, a par 4. He killed his drive and had hit 3-wood, like 248 straight into the wind. The wind was starting to really pump. Hit it in the face of the bunker, dead, blasted out about 15 feet and buried it. And that turned out to be great, because it was he made last money, and I didn't have to work on Sunday because it cut to 60 in ties instead of 70.
Nice.
So, and it rained all day Sunday and snowed and everything else, so I didn't have to carry it and still got paid a little.
How weird is it to, and maybe it's not just because of the beauty factor of it, but at Pebble Beach, you can hear those waves crashing the whole time. I mean, it seems like, even though I understand, I've been to the beach, the waves are kind of rhythmic or whatever, but is that some sort of distraction, or you just get used to it?
No, you don't think anything of it, really. And we play that.
Because you're awfully close to the ocean.
Oh, yeah. And the other golf course that we play down there, Monterey Peninsula Country Club, you can't believe how beautiful that place is. There's like 5 or 6 holes that go along the ocean, and it's beautiful right there. I mean, it's really as pretty as Pebble, but I mean, Pebble with the big cliffs and everything is amazing. One year we had perfect weather, and there was a storm out in the ocean, and it was like Palm Springs all week, just like 75 degrees, no wind blowing it, but there was a storm out in the ocean, so the waves were massive, and that was just beautiful. But usually if you go to Pebble, your rain gear is coming out, and it's awful.
And cold and windy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's public. It was 500 beans, I think. To play it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have to get on a list or something? I mean, I'm sure you just don't walk up and drop 500.
I think you can get on. I don't think it's that much. It costs so much. It might even be more than 500. I remember when it was Pebble Beach was $100, like in the early 80s or something. Everybody's going, $100 to play around the golf, really? But
now that's nothing.
Yeah, line up.
Right.
So, it might be even more than 500 now. But it's worth it. If you're a golfer and you ain't played Pebble, you got to do it. Yeah, that's right. On 18, you're right.
Talk about Tiger. Obviously, we can't talk golf at all in any segment without talking about Tiger. The excitement for 2019. He hasn't necessarily played great, but what does he think he needs to improve to get a win, and especially a win at a major? I mean, I think everybody, fair or not, is kind of expecting that this year, or at least a shot at it.
I think, I wouldn't be shocked at all. I've always said every time I come here, that he's going to win another major someday. So I just think he's just haven't played very much, and I guess I don't know if has he made an announcement on this Florida circuit yet?
He will not play next week. I think he said Honda. He's not playing Honda.
He's going to play Arnie's event because he's won it 100 times.
I think so, right?
Yeah, and Valspar is up in the air. But TPC's after Arnie. So the schedule's odd. I don't know what it is. I know we're playing Honda, then we're going to Arnie's event, then we're playing TPC, and then I think my guy's passing on the Valspar this year, which is tough because that's a good track for him. But whatever.
Talk about the difference in the schedule. I mean, it's clearly pushed back, so you
all
can.
The majors are before May or something.
Well, before July.
July.
I mean, your last major is the British Open.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have the Tour Championship down in Atlanta towards the end of August before football starts. Well, I think it's smart,
right.
But it's got to be because you guys are just like every other sport. You're consistent and you traditionally this tournament is here, this tournament's there, and now it's all kind of turned over the apple cart.
I don't even know what the schedule is, to tell you the truth. I know the majors are all happening fast, like you said, but. I'm no planner. You're asking the wrong guy. I am absolutely no. Like I started looking for hotel rooms 2 days ago down in Palm Beach, and I was shocked on how much it was.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got the Honda Classic next week.
Right.
You guys will be there.
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer Invitation.
Yep.
Will you be there?
Yep. We're playing that one.
The Players Championship.
We're in the TPC.
And then Valspar.
Valspar, he's probably going to pass on that one because of his new baby. He's going to go home and hang out. He's doing the right thing. My kid gets it.
Then you have the World Golf Championship match play.
We're not going to be in that unless
it's an Emmett to Titan. You have to win something
we'd have
before
to
that.
win like twice probably to get him in that. That's right. Yeah, baby needs new shoes, right? Yeah, it's time to get back after it. He's been good to me. My guys take good care of me and helped me this winter. So, I mean, I'm on cloud 9 with my bag right now. I can't be any happier.
Good. That's
Kid's
good.
Awesome.
So how much does he, like, as this baby gets 2, 3, 4, maybe a couple years, how much do you think he'll, because I understand the newness and he wants to do the right thing and be around the baby and all that stuff.
I mean, and she's going to start, I think she's planning on coming out Arnold Palmer week, so he's going to be trying to play golf, and she's going to be in that hotel room, and there's going to be a baby crying. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out, because I know Brian Gay used to get 2 rooms, and he would stay in one room, and his family would stay in the other just so he could sleep.
Right.
You got to be rested out there. So I don't know how he's going to be learning a lot of stuff, but the kid's so grounded and everything. It's going to be all positive. I think I'm excited about him having the baby. That's right. And he does his share, man. I hear he goes, "This is my time to stay up and stuff." So he's helping out. He makes somebody a good wife.
What about Koepka? Talk about. Yeah, that's right. I just got that. Kip Henley, of course, hanging with us, and his guy's Austin Cook. Kip is a caddy on the PGA Tour. If you haven't heard him on Sport Talk, you should listen more often. I see Rory, and Rory's and I said choke his guts out, and I know those guys hate that phrase, but I mean, you 4-putt from 5 feet. I don't know what the deal is, but when you look at Rory, Koepka, Dustin Johnson, and Tiger Woods, of course, when you look at them, they're on the tee and they're standing behind the ball and they're getting ready to hit. They just look like linebackers. I mean, they're all built. They're so athletic looking, and they do work out. But how has that changed the game just since you've been out caddying more than anything else?
I mean, obviously the ball goes further. They made the golf ball when we were kids. We'd play like in a scramble, and when it's your turn to hit, like you would take a top flight, like in a scramble where you could switch balls out in the fairway. You take a top flight and tee off with it because it would sail like crazy off the metal.
Right.
They've made the top flight playable now. We can spin it. You used to couldn't spin the top flight, but it would go for miles. And now that the ball has changed the game, and then on top of that, these guys, they're athletes now. Like I said, I caddied for Little Gibby at the U.S. Senior Open 2 years ago, and it was like a bunch of midgets on the range hitting balls because I've been looking at these cats 6'4", 6'3", 6'6", 6'5".
Right.
And then I went to that senior event, and they're all look like me out there hitting balls. So the game's definitely different. There's some studs out there now.
But I always heard, and I guess grew up hearing this, that really there was a certain level of height where you were at a disadvantage being 6'4", 6'5".
When I was a kid, 5'10" was the perfect body height. That's what they called Nicholas was 5'10". So they said that's the perfect body. So I thought, well, maybe I'm just missing by an inch and a half or so too. But it ain't anymore, man. The tall guys get away with murder in their golf swings because of their plane is so, the club stays on plane so long through the hit. I mean, they get away with murder.
So that's what it's about. Is it's not about being up here in the top of the swing and coming down. It's about that when you get the down, the club is all all the way down, all the way through.
Tons more width. You know, like I say, if you have a 10-foot rope and you put a ball in the middle and a ball in the end, swinging around your head, the ball on the outside is traveling way faster. That's what they're doing. They just have that extension and width through the swing, and they just kill it. It's just the ball goes so far now. It's crazy to watch them play.
Who's the one that you just, when you see him play, you go?
That kid, that champ, you know. 2 years ago, we were down at Mayakoba, and I don't know if he Monday'd in or got a sponsorship. We were on the range. Never heard of him before. And I'm watching this thing get out like it's got a flame on it. And I video and I sent it out on Twitter. So look at this dude right here. And I sent the first time I ever saw the guy. But you know, when you watch him,
who is it?
It's Cameron Champ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's the guy who has the black father and I think a white mother or something.
Right.
And
he just kills.
Oh my gosh! And he's probably 6 foot maybe, and built. You know, he's ripped, but he's not like, you know, he's no beast. And he's got this beautiful action. It really doesn't look like it's going out there as fast as it is, but it is. But because his swing's so perfect, he's got a perfect golf swing.
So who's the craziest guy that you see and you wonder, how's this guy get up and start? I mean, is it Daly? Is it still just John Daly? I know John Daly's
workout video.
No, please.
Yeah. He was like sitting on the treadmill or something or smoking cigarettes. I don't know.
Drinking a beer.
Yeah.
Right.
He broke the mode, that boy.
I mean, that's just all God-given talent. I mean, from day one, right?
Amazing, yeah. There ain't much of that left out there, man. These guys, they go to bed early. They're not hanging out. There's not much beer drinking and going on. It's getting boring out there. Yeah. There's just a handful of us caddies left that still like to have fun and still do our job. But most of those guys are all athletes now, and they're working out and all ripped. It's crazy.
What's wrong with Jordan Spieth, in your opinion?
I don't know. I don't think he's done.
Surely he's not done.
No, his ball striking's off. Right now he's putting good. Now he couldn't putt it. Now he's putting good, and his ball striking. They say he's like last on the tour in driving accuracy, which blows my mind because he has that little arched left wrist where those guys usually drive it dead straight. He needs to look at some old videos and go back to what he was doing, I think.
Is it one of those things where he had so much success early, it got into his head where he could pretty much do no wrong, or at least do little wrong,
and then overtry?
And then all of a sudden it kind of goes away from him, which tends to do in sports. You know, you're hot, you're not hot. And then maybe overthinking the thing now?
Yeah. I agree. You see a guy win his rookie year, and then he won't win again for like 5 or 6 years. He's trying to be something, and he wasn't when he got his win. You know, but his deal's a little bit different. But the guy, he gets fired. Everybody thinks he's just, and he is an incredible cat. I mean, he's one of the most thoughtful cats out there. But when he's steaming, he's steaming. He gets hot. There's a lot more goes on in his world than the camera catches a lot of times.
Oh, really?
Oh, my goodness. He gets fired up.
Do you have some language?
Well, I don't know how much cussing he's doing, but, man, he don't like losing. So he's not done. That guy figured it out. He's a champion. Right. Right. I keep thinking it's going to happen. Like, I thought this champ kid might be it because his golf swing is so perfect, but he's not doing anything. He's playing bad now. So I don't know. I think there's so many studs out there now, and you see the same guys like Doc said. The good players are Tiger and Dustin. They're always up there, but I don't think anybody's going to dominate like that anymore. I don't think anybody can do what Tiger did ever again.
Too many good players?
Yeah,
is that it?
There's just too many studs out there. And I think the ladies' game, that's where we're going to see a freak come along. There's going to be a girl come along that can fly at 280 or 290, and she'll win every single. That'll happen in the next couple of years. Yes, sir. Well,
probably not.
God, it would do them so good to have that. But somebody's coming. You watch, and within the next 2 years, that's another prediction I'll make. Somebody's going to smash that tour, win every week. I think.
Well, we thought it was going to be Michelle Wee, and then
that
for
didn't
whatever
happen,
reason,
did it?
not at all.
I was touting her pretty hard when she came out, but no, she went away.
So who's your boy? What caddy is the one that you kind of hang, or a couple that you hang with, and who do they caddy for?
My buddy out there, I got Brent, obviously.
Well, your brother Brent, of course, is Robert Garrigus.
Right. He's made enough money, never had any kids or anything, so he's my financial backer out there. He picks up the checks all the time.
Atta baby.
Yeah, he's like good to have. But my best buddy out there is going to be, I got 2 or 3, but Brennan Antis I hang out with the most, and he was McGurk's guy, and he's caddy for Rory Stabawini right now, so he's a great guy. We room a lot together, not do hotel rooms, but houses and stuff. And he's a funny guy and likes to play jokes.
So is he a part of the what is it, the Hilton Head crew? You guys always have a house. Tell that story.
House down there, it's on. That's our big week. So, and, Garrigus ain't even in the field, and Brent's going to Hilton Head.
Nice.
Yeah, because we get like an 8-bedroom house, and it's party central out there that whole week. But I mean, he shut it down when you got early tea times, but it's the den of iniquity.
There you go. So tell the folks how they can follow you on Twitter, because you're one of the great Twitter followers or Twitter follows out there.
It's just Kip Henley. I'm not good at much, but I'm good at Twitter. And Cowboy, even though we're on the opposite end of the political spectrum, he still likes me on Twitter. That does.
That does, doesn't it? Kip, always appreciate your time, man, and good luck. Yeah.
Holy cow, it goes by so fast.
That was almost 25 minutes.
That's unbelievable.
You believe that?
This sheep's piling with you guys.
Well, man, good luck. I hope you guys get top 10, top 5, and maybe win one of these bad boys.
Team Cookie, boys.
Team Cookie. There you go.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Kip. Appreciate it, man. Rolling on a Friday. Drive home from work. It is Sport Talk.